Let's do it. And we are live.
Millie Rock on box off, yo.
What's good? Pop up.
Pop up on them.
Back on.
All right.
We live.
Well, on everybody. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Or good afternoon if you're old. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. So if y'all ready, we good. You know what I'm saying? We're going to jump right into it. Doesn't matter.
Good.
Y'all ready?
We can jump into it. I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. So first off, on the docket today, we're going to get the sports stuff out of the way. So first off, we're going to talk about this NBA three-point line situation. So apparently what they're saying is the NBA, the commissioner, what's his name again? David Stern?
David Stern.
His name? Or is that the old
Yeah.
dude? Whatever.
Not David Stern. We zooted. Adam Silver.
Yeah, Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. There
Adam
it goes.
Silver.
Adam Silver. Yeah.
That was a very
David
high
Stern was
moment.
the last dude. Right. So Adam Silver and the other dudes that run the NBA are thinking about changing the three-point line. I'm not exactly sure how they would bend it or change it to what they want. But what they want is, or what they think is happening, is that too much people are taking three-pointers, basically is what they're saying. And I saw a couple of highlights today on ESPN, and I think, I feel, to be honest, after, the whole success of the Warriors and Steph Curry, the Splash Brothers, him and Klay Thompson, I feel like they kind of changed the NBA as far as niggas wanted to do the three-point, to the point that I see it even reflecting in, like, when I play 2K and stuff like that. You can kind of tell, like, even the AI constantly trying to do three-pointers. If it's the fourth quarter and they got you got 2 minutes left or a minute left, they're going to straight kill you with three-pointers and fouls, trying to get you to the foul line. You know what I mean? Which is cool because that's reflecting how it really is. So let me ask y'all, what do you think? I'm going to start with Clay first. What do you think? You think the NBA is going to three-point crazy? You think they need to change that line? Or what you think?
I don't think so. I mean, think about all the great three-point teams. Like, come on now. Like, we grew up watching, like, the Sacramento Kings when they had Peja Stojakovic and Mike Bibby and all of them hitting threes. Like, come on, like, it's always been a thing. I mean, do I feel like there's more teams taking more necessary threes and kind of taking away from other play styles of the game as far as playing inside and especially mid-range? There's like no mid-range game at all in the NBA damn near. Yeah, it kind of is. But at the same time, I feel like the game is getting faster.
Yeah.
And if the game is getting faster, you could either be as fast or you got to be stronger. And you got a lot of players in the NBA, and I'm gonna pull their card. Ain't nobody in the NBA really working that hard to become better as far as being stronger or faster like they used to. Like, you don't really see big men like that trying to dunk on people. Joel Embiid for the first time is broadcasting that he's trying to be that type of player, but like you don't see nobody really striving to aim for that. It's just a bunch of three-point shooters now, which I think it's just gonna come with the time,
Yeah, what you think, Doc?
I think it's just like Clay said, it's just pretty much evolving. The game's evolving, but bro, niggas seen the All-Star game. Steph, Damian Lillard was pulling up from half court with ease and knocking them down. You know what I'm saying? That's just evolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The game was never like that. Now it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you get on the court, every team is trying to hit threes. They trying to kill the game with threes. So it's like,
would you agree though that would you say that it makes the game less interesting or less exciting as compared to watching guys go in, dunking, doing like, layups, crazy layups? Like, would you say that? Or would you say no?
I actually think it's more interesting when they hitting threes like that, because like I said, Steph Curry is an interesting player to watch, bro. Steph is interesting. You got Damian Lillard, he's interesting. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other players, especially when they just, like Kyrie, when they just pull up past half court and just pull up a jumper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? That's interest. That's what basketball's about. Put the ball in the hoop. You know what I mean? They were saying the same thing back in the day when players were just running to the hole and dunking it.
Yeah, that's true. They used to say the same thing. That niggas dunking too much. I mean, I will say that I feel like, just me personally, I prefer seeing guys go in and just dunk and just, you know what I'm saying, just like really go up against defense, have to D up. I like seeing that. Sometimes I feel like the 3-point line especially if you're a shooter, a real good shooter, and you're not being really guarded. The 3-point line is kind of just like a cheat. It's just like a boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which but it's legal. It's like you said. It's part of the point is to get a bucket, and a 3-point is 3 points. So of course that's going to be something that guys are going to start to really, really try to practice and really do in the game because niggas trying to win, bro. I feel like right now in the NBA, it's more about winning than it is about impressing the crowd or the critics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
they're trying to get them W's, man.
Yeah, trying to get W's. So it is right now. So, but moving on to NBA news, we're gonna talk about Miami Heat player, white dude. I don't know if BJ, you got his picture up there. A couple pictures of him, Meyers Leonard. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really know much about this dude prior to this situation. I heard he's like injured anyway, so I don't think he was supposed to play for the rest of the season. But Meyers Leonard, he's a player on the Miami Heat. In a couple of days ago, I believe it was Tuesday or so, he was doing a live Twitch stream. Those of you, if you know what a Twitch stream is, that's basically a live video game stream where you're playing video games live to an audience, kind of like we're doing here. Clay does one if y'all want to check one out. He does one every day.
That's a fact.
So Meyers Leonard was on his Twitch stream though, and apparently it was for some sort of charity or something like that. But he let out a word he probably shouldn't say. He said "kike," which everybody doesn't know that's a derogatory term for Jewish people. It's like you would call niggers, or sorry, what you would call black people niggers. Right. So
it's a good thing you're not white.
That was a clear slip. You would call black people niggers. So he said that, like, I guess you would call it the K word. He claims though, and to an extent I believe him, Meyers Leonard claims that he did not really know that word was a derogatory term for Jews. He claims that he thought it was just kind of like saying, cunt or something like that. And even if you watch the video, the way he said it, I don't think he definitely wouldn't have said nigga like that. And I know he wouldn't have said spick or anything.
He said it with confidence, like he knew he was saying something.
Yeah, he said it kind of like he said the F word. I was like, that wasn't the F word, buddy. That was, that was different.
But no, I believe him though, because I didn't know what that word was until.
Yeah, I think a lot of some people don't know like that's a real like. I think some people too get it confused with the word cunt. Yeah, to be honest, I don't. Anyone that would say, especially if they're not Jewish, that said they didn't know prior to this, I'd believe them because a lot of people. I knew about that word, but I know for a fact it's not a very common, popular word. Lucky for Jewish people, you know what I mean. But
and you know what I was going to say, it being not a common word, I feel like how he might have heard it, him gaming all the time when he's not in the gym. Boom. He probably heard somebody online saying shit,
exactly
thought it was
cool
think. Or sounded
exactly.
good.
And if anybody plays video games online, when people use derogatory terms, they don't stop to tell you what the shit means or explain it in any kind of way. They just say it.
They just tell you how they're gonna proceed to fuck your mom. They be
exactly. Shit. They go about what they were doing. So in response though, Meyers Leonard, he apologized. Like I said, he said that he quote did not know that was a derogatory term. The NBA in response has suspended him, or I don't know if it's a real suspension, but he's not allowed to come anywhere near any Miami Heat practices, buildings, all facilities, everything. And he was also fined $50,000. So starting with Don, then Clay, you go right after him. Tell me, do you think this was an appropriate punishment? Do you think it should have been more severe? Do you think it should have been lesser? Do you think this should have been something we shouldn't even have,
Yeah,
boom, tell me what you think.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm saying, it's just they had to do something, obviously. Everybody was going to come down. You already know. So, like, I feel like that's... Wait, how long did they say he's suspended for? Is it, like...
A week?
I'm not sure the exact time. Played,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, a week.
Get that little slap on the wrist. Now he knows better. Go back and, you know what I mean? Now you know not to be, saying... Watch what you're saying when especially you're a person of that caliber. And you know that tomorrow morning you slip up, then it's going to be all over whatever. So...
Yeah.
Now he knows better, so it's a straight punishment.
Clay, what you think?
I mean, I feel like the punishment was like Don said, a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? Like just so this way him know say him have to do better, But at the same time though, like I feel like the $50,000, if it was me, if I was the commissioner, and this is not just because of any word he said, you know what I'm saying? Like regardless, it was wrong. But I just feel like maybe the 50,000, just especially because he honestly didn't know what he was talking about. You know, he just said it out of ignorance. So I feel like the 50,000 should have been it. Maybe a 1-game suspension instead of a week suspension. But at the same time, I understand the slight severity of the punishment because, you know, the Jewish community loves basketball, especially in
the owner of the Miami Heat is Jewish. He had to like apologize to him personally. Yeah.
And that too, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people from the Jewish community who are invested in the NBA, you know, whether they're fans or work in the NBA. And I've seen it myself. I was going to say that too. So that's fucking ironic. But yeah, so I understand why he was suspended for a week. So that I totally get. So I guess it was fair, you know?
And like you said, the Jewish community is very, very close to basketball. Yeah. So that too kind of further gives me evidence that he didn't know what he was, because why, you know what I mean? Like knowing all that, why would you just openly say that the way he did? And I will say this though, while I do think the punishment, I don't think it was too low. I think it was good. I think that was fine. But I will say, if he had slipped up and said nigger, this would have been it would have been 10 times like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, given the circumstances of certain things going on at the moment, yes. But if it was like,
so
if
I'm
he
gonna
had
say
said the N-word like 5 or 10 years ago, then it probably would have been the same punishment.
Yeah. But now, that's what I'm talking about, like today, if he, you know, and if I'm in the Jewish community right now, I'd be like, hey, if this nigga had said nigga, y'all would have been a whole, y'all would have probably threw him out the whole NBA.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So he would have got kicked out the NBA. You're right.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, though. He'll be back. He apologized, and I do truly believe that he didn't really mean no harm by it. You know. So moving on to our last bit of sports news, the most interesting bit of sports news to me today. Patrick Ewing. I don't know what's going on at Madison Square Garden. Those of you, even if you don't live in New York, you can not even live in America, for God's sake, and you know Madison Square Garden. You might not even be able to know what it looks like in your head. It's actually circular, for those who do not know. But everyone knows Madison Square Garden. If you know Madison Square Garden, you must know the Knicks, I'd assume. Just as if you know Yankee Stadium, you'd have to know the Yankees, you know. Or Stadium, you know the Mets. So those who don't know the situation, Patrick Ewing right now, who's of course legendary NBA player, period, all-star, never won a championship, but he made the Knicks, send the Knicks to the finals twice. He's probably arguably the most legendary player on the Knicks. He's right now coaching his alma mater college team, Georgetown. Right? Georgetown.
Yep.
Sorry, Georgetown. They won last night. I believe they beat Villanova. I believe
I think it was one of them. Yeah. I totally missed the game, but yeah, they won last night though. Yeah.
Point is, they won last night. Great win. He's been doing good things for the team. And in his press conference after the game, he was very upset, and he went on to state how at Madison Square Garden, which is where the game was played last night, he's been being basically harassed. He's been walking around and people have been pressing him about IDs. He's not allowed to go. They've been holding him back from going into certain areas of the building, I guess, or he can't. Basically, Patrick Ewing is not able to just make moves around Madison Square Garden. I think that's crazy. I think that's like you telling Michael Jordan at United in Chicago, like, bro, you can't make moves around here, or you telling Derek Jeter at Yankee Stadium, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, come on, bro, that's crazy disrespect.
Yeah, that shit don't make no sense.
Like, and I want to get y'all's opinion because I was watching a couple of sports programs this morning, and one of the broadcasters was arguing that maybe whoever it is that has been pressing him about ID or whatever situation occurred last night possibly could have been with a kid or someone who was very young or someone who doesn't know who Patrick Ewing is. To me, I don't think that's a good excuse.
Nope.
I feel like if there's no, like, if you're working at Madison Square Garden,
his pictures all over
you must, probably. To some extent, you must know who his jersey's hanging up in the rafters, for God's sakes, with his name on it.
Yeah.
You must know. And why would you think, like, if I'm working at Madison Square Garden and my boss hasn't said anything to me, I would assume anybody like Patrick Ewing is a go. I don't even got to ask him. You go wherever you want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and real quick too, before I get y'all's opinion, I just want to recall a story that Spike Lee stated this morning, and he had a little drama with Madison Square Garden too.
Facts.
He was saying this morning how when he got kicked out by two. He was escorted out by two workers that were two like young black brothers, like around our age or whatever. And he was saying like how he could tell by the look in their faces. They were like, "Dog, I can't believe I got to do this right now." Like, could you imagine kicking Spike Lee out of Madison Square Garden? Like,
sick. I'd be so sick.
I feel like that would make me sad, bro. Like, I'd be like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And not for nothing too. What they pointed out was two guys to walk out Spike Lee. I think Spike Lee's like 5'2" or something like that. Like, clearly you guys are just being extra. So Clay, let me start with you. I know you're a real like genuine Knicks fan, and you've had experiences at the Garden. You've had experiences working in stadiums, and you know what I mean. We ain't gonna get too specific, but you know what's up. Is this sound like something that would be normal? Like when you were working, would you be appointed at any point to deny certain people, certain celebrities or whatever? Like, how does this sound to you?
I mean, where I was working, you know what I'm saying? Just simply put, I ain't gonna get into too much specific, but simply put, I was working at Barclays Center.
Right.
And while the Nets are there, I mean, before I got the job, first thing they tell us is don't ever get starstruck. You act starstruck, start asking for autograph, you out. So instantly that lets me know, okay, I see a player walk in. If he's going in the bathroom or he's going here, going there, let that nigga do what he's doing. Don't bother him. You know what I'm saying? Right. Don't bother him. So I feel like Patrick Ewing should have got the same respect. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, though, not that I can't say too much and I ain't gonna slander no team or nothing like that, because I've never worked for the Knicks, but I do know people that do or have worked for the Knicks, and they are a very uptight company and organization. They are very uptight. But I never would have thought it would have get this bad, because where I worked, the players do whatever they want, bro. I see Joe Johnson walking in. This was back when they had Joe Johnson. I see Joe Johnson walking in every day, bro. Every day he walk in, bro. He never even had to get patted down by security. He walked around the fucking the metal detectors, bro.
And I feel like it shouldn't just like if that applies for current players, whoever, it should be even less stressful for players that are legendary
Patrick
players.
Ewing should walk in and they should be offering him champagne.
That's what I'm saying. Like Patrick Ewing should have the keys to Madison Square Garden. Like if you want to go in there at nighttime to chill, like you know just what I'm saying,
like and reminisce. He should be able
crazy.
To do that.
And he even said it in the press conference. He was like, "Yo, I thought this was my arena. I thought this was my building." Like you know what I mean, like. He's like Don. What you think? You think that he's being a prima donna, or you think that he's right to be upset?
He has the right to be upset. Like
yeah.
He played. I don't know. I don't know exactly how much years he played for the New York Knicks, but everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Ewing. Everybody knows he's the GOAT in that for that team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like when you picture him with a Knicks jersey on.
Exactly.
Like you can't even.
So the fact that,
and if it ain't the Knicks jersey, it's the Georgetown Hoya jersey when he was a youngin.
Word, like when he was in college. So it's like I don't know, bro.
If it ain't it's a Jamaican flag.
Word, crazy. Like I saw it today, and I was like, and again, a lot of people are saying that it's probably a reflection of the owner. What's his name again?
James Dolan.
Dolan.
I don't think it's something intentionally being done by James Dolan. I just think James Dolan wants, like I said, very uptight organization. There's high security because they know how New Yorkers get about their Knicks, which I totally understand.
Right.
But I think it's set at such a high bar that to the point where you got legends getting harassed. You got Charles Oakley getting harassed. You got legendary Spike Lee. Like, come on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You got Oakley. Oakley was down there about to fight niggas in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Oakley will smack a bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
And
my thing is like, I don't
have
think
issues with like being successful as a like franchise. Like they go through all this crap. Like that's what they pay attention to more. All the BS and all the drama. That's why they have issues with being successful.
Mm-hmm. And boom, I think that's the nail on the head right there, because you think players don't look at stuff like that and see that and be like, yo, they try to distance themselves from that franchise. Like, come on, like, and I don't think Dolan at any point told someone like, if you see Patrick, you wouldn't give him a hard time. Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like it should be known that, look, if there's anybody you see in here that you don't stress, it's Patrick Ewing. Like, even if you see him walking into a door that says private, nothing, don't leave him alone. You get what I'm saying?
And not only that, the nigga's 7'2".
And that's another thing niggas pointed out. They're like, bro, there's no way this nigga can even stand up without niggas knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's Patrick Ewing. You know what I mean? Like,
not 6 foot something. He's 7'2". And he looked the same. Black don't crack. He looked the same. You know what I'm saying? Just pop version. He looked the same.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe because nigga don't got the high top no more. I don't know, like,
Nah, bro, I ain't hearing that, bro.
How you?
Hearing that. Even with the egghead, bro, you can still see that's Patrick Ewing, bro.
I don't know, bro, but yeah, so I definitely hope that changes because that's just kind of sad to see that players that went through that legendary arena got to go through stuff like that because that's crazy. That's it for the sports news, though. So moving on, we're gonna move it on. We gonna talk about this cancel culture right now, real quick. So a lot of people are getting canceled. Even fucking cartoons are getting canceled this week. Yeah. It's pretty terrible. So we basically have, from what I saw, Space Jam 2 is obviously coming out. Pepe Le Pew, the skunk, who arguably may or may not be a molester of some sort, according to the critics. You know what I'm saying? Pepe Le Pew's kicked out. I don't know if he's not exactly part of Looney Tunes at all anymore, but he would not be in Space Jam 2 because they say he represents rape culture. So that's cancel culture right there for a cartoon character. Eminem also on the chopping block. They're saying that they're right now trying to cancel him. I think legendary rapper Lil Nas X, who, you know, everyone who's way above Eminem, is trying to cancel Eminem because he says Eminem is anti gay or homophobic.
That was the argument?
Yeah, that's the argument. Of course, that's the argument. Like what? So I'm gonna start with Don first, right? All right. So first, let me start with you first, and then I'll go last after Clay. Do you think it makes sense, the Pepe Le Pew situation, and then give me your take on the whole Eminem situation? Like, do you think Eminem is homophobic, and do you think that it makes sense to cancel him in today's culture? We're not talking about Slim Shady 90s, early 2000s. We're talking about in today's culture. So let me know what you think.
Hell nah, man. Like this cancel culture is getting ridiculous, bro. Like ridiculous. Like they're canceling people just for, or at least I don't even know where this cancel come from. Like what exactly are they gonna do? Like when it comes to cancel, besides the cartoon. I mean, I know, I don't even know how Space Jam did that so fast. Like, is this just recent? Did they just say, yeah, we're gonna take him out the movie, or did they not put him in the movie at all?
I'd assume either they didn't put him in the movie at all, or let's face it, Pepe Le Pew was never one of the main Looney Tunes characters. Yeah. So even if he was in the movie, he probably had like a little scene, or he said a little joke couple that they were easily able to just, take out. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure it was no problem for them to edit him out that bitch. Like they're probably like, oh, they don't want this nigga, goodbye. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure it was no problem.
Yeah, cancel culture is ridiculous, bro. Like it's just stupid to me. You're just trying to cancel people, and like I said, the word cancel is ridiculous because how are you really canceling the people besides just trying to make a whole bunch of noise and tell people, oh, this person does this or this person does that. You know what I mean? So I
would argue that some people, I guess, are getting put out of work depending on how serious the accusations are. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are, losing their position. Like the black boy Kevin Spacey, he was in the middle of House of Cards when he got accused of raping little boys, and they completely cut him out that shit. So
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like it's some things you can be canceled for. Like you could like make a whole bunch of noise for a boycott or whatever, boycott a company for doing something, racial or against any religion or whatever. But I think they're just taking it too far with this cancel culture. It's canceling a cartoon.
And so right, which again, I don't even fuck, like, again, I'm pretty sure when Warner Bros saw that, they were just like, okay, just erase them out of the thing. Like I don't, it's not like Pepe Le Pew was getting a fucking paycheck and he was going home to his Pepe Le Pew children and shit. Like, so
what else can you do at that point though? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, but as far as and just so everybody knows, in reference to the rape culture with Pepe Le Pew was, if you've seen the cartoon or whatever, there's scenes where there's like I think if I'm not mistaken, in the cartoon, it's a cat, but he thinks she's a skunk. So that's why he's trying to like get with her all the time, or he just likes her because she's a cat, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think she's a skunk, is she? I don't know. But anyway, the other character, he's like grabbing her or trying to like kiss up on her, and she not with it, I guess. So this is the reflection that people brought to rape culture. But that to me was kind of just like ridiculous. But a little bit more interestingly, and what I think can kind of be a little bit more proven is the situation with Eminem. So like I was saying, EJ, like what do you grew up when Eminem was in his prime, like I did. Yes, so we listened to a good amount of his music. So that being said, and in the context and how far he would push certain things and what he said, do you see why people are trying to cancel him in this culture?
If they really listen to Eminem and they know Eminem, not really, man. This man talked about dang near, like he was bashing his mom on his records. He would talk about himself. He would, you know what I'm saying? He like this. He was just really creative with the things he said and the music he made, and he didn't really have much limits. You know what I mean? So there's no real reason to cancel Eminem. First of all, he's probably not even gonna care. He's gonna do what he, you know what I'm saying? Do what he's gonna do. Yeah. Like he even made a whole song about it. And I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say
and the funny thing is, I was gonna say he literally did everything he had to do. He don't gotta do nothing else.
Yeah. So it's like too late for that.
Yeah, at this point, I doubt even he himself really gives a shit about, whatever.
And you know what I was gonna say? I honestly feel like this is Lil Nas X reaching for some publicity, bro. It feels like a publicity stunt to me.
100%.
Huh?
That's all Lil Nas do.
And I think it's because like Lil Nas X was obviously a one trick. What else does he have right now? He's like, I don't think he's made another hit song since the cowboy shit.
He got nothing. He's tried to do something with 6ix9ine. Like I figure he's seen 6ix9ine is like a clout chaser too. So he probably was like, you know what? Let me chase some clout with 6ix9ine. That didn't really go anywhere. So now I guess he's trying to do.
I didn't even know they made a song. That shit ain't go nowhere.
Nah, they make a song.
Who made a song?
They didn't make a song. They was like
they made a song.
No. Some kind of like little trolling beef type.
Yeah, he was basically put up a picture saying that 6ix9ine was trying to like holler at him in his DMs. Yeah, and 6ix9ine was basically him. But again,
Lil Nas X. That's all he has is TikTok. He's popping on TikTok.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
like he ain't really got nothing. So he's just clout chasing pretty much.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think like as far as Eminem, especially like. Especially right now, it's like, come on, bro. The nigga, he should have done. I know he still raps, he still makes albums or whatever, but the time period where you're talking about where he was even this aggressive with his music, or he was talking about all this crazy stuff, or being homophobic, was a very different time. And like EJ was saying, if you know Eminem would rap and tell you that a fucking pig was flying through the sky and a giraffe picked it up in an airplane and dropped it off at the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he'll rap about shit like that. Not everything this man was saying was like how he truly felt. You know what I mean? Like he said, nigga made songs about his mom, his situation with his kids and his siblings. Nigga made a whole song called Kim where he rapped about having Kim trapped in his trunk of his car, and I was like,
if you cancel him for this, but y'all didn't cancel him for that.
That's what I'm like, yo, like to cancel Eminem, it's a long list of things that you would have to present. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
But point being though, cancel culture is getting kind of ridiculous. But like you said, what is it really? What is it really gonna do negatively? Like, what is it gonna stop or prevent you from? Other than, like I said, some people losing their jobs. But right now during COVID, let's face it, niggas ain't touring right now anyway. Movie theaters and shit like that is closed. So everyone's kind of doing their own thing from home anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think this cancel culture is going to do much to Eminem or Pepe Le Pew. But,
I said, I'm sorry, mama. I see that comment. That was that shit too.
But yeah, so that's that about the Pepe Le Pew.
And the funny thing is the same thing you said about Eminem, nigga. Why the fuck they just now saying something about Pepe Le Pew using that skunk shit to fucking lure bitches in? Like, why is it now an issue? Nigga been raping bitches since the fucking since the 70s, 80s, and now it's an issue. Like,
well, like I said, you see people they only want to do this attack on you when they see that you have something coming up. Boy, Pepe Le Pew was trying to get that Space Jam 2 money. He was trying to be in there with LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? And they saw that and they was like, okay, we're not gonna let. Which is funny because it shows you how people will get so caught up with this to the point they don't even realize they're being kind of silly. Because it's like, yeah, Pepe Le Pew was raped, but somebody was drawing that shit, and somebody was like, providing the voice, and like Warner Brothers clearly okayed those scripts. Like, Shouldn't y'all be mad at them?
I also seen something. I also seen something where it was like, if you're gonna cancel him, why not cancel Monique from the Parkers, because she was like
Mr. Ogilvy,
all harassing Mr. Ogilvy, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
True.
But that ain't harassment. That ain't rape.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe niggas ain't talk about it now, but let there about to be the Parkers movie reunion coming out or some shit like that. Niggas gonna be like,
hold on. Yep.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. Every time when you try to do something, that's when they want to pull out the, everything from your past or whatever. But let's see what they say. If they're gonna cancel that skunk, they need to cancel a list of cartoon characters. Yeah, it's true.
Let's not even go there though. Let's not even.
Because most cartoon characters is out of control, especially from when we was kids. Because right now it's a whole different time. So
they should have like SpongeBob too. All them like all the stuff that go on these cartoons.
Yeah,
it's like they
the Simpsons.
Yeah, the Simpsons.
It's funny too because you realize that shows like Family Guy and like American Dad and stuff like that, they kind of get, in South Park especially, get away with kind of just, they could say and do whatever, like, and no one gives a fuck because it's kind of like people recognize it as the humor of that show. So they're like, oh, that's just how Family Guy is. But Family Guy be saying some fucked up shit. Like I'll be watching, I'll be like, okay.
South Park is literally a show about little kids cursing and doing all this
extra shit. And then all types of other crazy shit. So it is what it is.
But like anyway.
Yeah. But so moving on real quick, we go right before we still got some good amount of time left, to be honest. But so next we're going to talk about this whole JCole NBA Youngboy thing. I don't know if y'all saw this situation. JCole in a recent interview, he claimed that he waited in a studio for at least 8 hours for NBA Youngboy, only for Youngboy not to even show up and have his driver or his bodyguard or somebody text JCole saying like, oh, he's not feeling well. So I heard this shit and that shit was funny to me. I would have been tight, but I'm gonna state my opinion first. I think JCole's a fucking idiot. There's no way I'm waiting. Do you realize 8 hours is a school day? That's a school day. I'm not waiting in a studio 8 hours for NBA Youngboy, especially if I'm JCole. Only way I'm doing that is if I'm a upcoming artist who really needs the clout or needs the. JCole didn't have to do that. Yeah. And furthermore, I feel like he was low-key trying him because I don't think NBA Youngboy would have done that to Boozy. I don't think he would have done that to Snoop Dogg, who he also has a recent song with. I don't think he would have done that to Young Thug, Future, none of them.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So I'm gonna start with Clay. Do you think this made sense? Like, if you was JCole, would you have sat there and waited this whole 8 hours to make a song with NBA Youngboy?
No. And to be quite honest, after like the fucking second or third hour, nigga, I would have realized he not showing up and just called it quits.
I'd be like, he's doubling my shit.
But not for nothing though. As much as I got a lot of respect for JCole, and like I said, I hold a high standard with JCole because he was able to sell without any features on his albums, right? But I honestly feel like that nigga getting burnt out, yo, because now he's reaching out to do songs on other people's tracks because it's technically not his tracks.
And but then not for nothing. You remember, I don't know if you recall a couple winters ago when we were on vacation and me, you, and a friend of ours was talking about this whole JCole situation. And I was saying how this is basically what's going to happen to the nigga because he's at the point where he's reaching out to even do songs with people whose behavior he would used to condemn. You get what I'm saying? Like NBA Youngboy?
Yeah.
And now and that's what I'm saying. He contradicted himself OD right now. And like, even though it's not necessarily his songs that being put out because he's the feature or whatever, it's still like
it's still you. It's still your,
it's still you and that nigga that you was just talking shit about 2 years ago or like 2 albums ago. Like
again, and which is why I love the whole 50 Cent era and shit like that when we was coming up, because when niggas would disrespect or diss niggas on tracks, they would be like, I'm talking about this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you would know. JCole does this thing where he'll complain and bitch and moan and whine about all this stuff going on, but he'll never get specific. And I feel like he does this just so that he can go make songs with these people, the very people that he's disrespecting, but he knows he can't sell records no more without them. Point blank. Yeah. And I think that's part of why Youngboy did not show up to this session, because he was like, yo, fuck this nigga. I don't need this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's JCole. Yeah, so, Don, what you think? You an artist that's always in the studio. Would you have waited in the studio for 8 hours for NBA Youngboy being JCole?
Of course not. Not at all. Like, right now, I wouldn't wait no 8 hours.
Yeah, like, even right now.
I don't care how much clout you got. Like, right now, I wouldn't wait no 8 hours for NBA Youngboy. Yeah, JCole crazy for that. I mean, like, yeah, that's definitely disrespectful on NBA Youngboy's end. And if I was JCole, I would definitely feel disrespected. If he was late, even if I had to wait like an hour for NBA Youngboy and I was JCole, I would have felt disrespected. Like you know what I'm saying? And it's NBA Youngboy. Like I don't know. I don't see his career going much more further than it is right now. That's what I think. But like that's dumb disrespectful. 8 hours, but I think there's more to the story. To be real,
his bodyguard, they texted and said that he wasn't feeling well, but I thought that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like,
JCole probably was in the studio working already. You know what I'm saying? Working on tracks, and NBA Youngboy was like,
I doubt he was just sitting there, on his phone or twiddling his thumbs. But in the interview, he did specifically say, I was waiting for Youngboy. Like, I sat there for 8 hours waiting for the nigga, and then when I got the text saying that he wasn't gonna come, I bounced. So it seemed like that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but my thing, like I said, I feel like it's more so like, because he wouldn't have done that to Future. He wouldn't have done that to Young Thug, wouldn't have done that to Gunna, wouldn't have done that Lil Baby, wouldn't have done that to Da Baby, wouldn't have done that to none of these niggas. So you got to think, J. Cole, like, niggas really feel that. And if this was, let's say, 2011, 12, 13, that nigga probably would have ran to that studio. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it does make J. Cole look desperate though.
Makes you look desperate, my nigga. See that you sat there and you waited and you recalled this story to a blog or whoever interviewed you. I would have told that story. I would have kept that shit on the low. It's just like, I don't know if y'all ever seen T-Pain's been going around telling the story about how Travis Scott, before he dropped Astroworld, he brought Astroworld like to T-Pain in a studio. Like, he brought Astroworld to T-Pain and was playing him the beats like he wanted him to get on it. And T-Pain was so amazed by these beats, he was like, "Yo, fucking, he's crazy." Blah blah. He even played to him the song with Drake, the what was ever the one that been on the
Sicko Mode shit?
Yeah, he said, bro, he played me that, and I was amazed. And I guess T-Pain couldn't think of some good enough shit. He said, the next day, studio, I waited, the nigga showed up. I played him some of the beats that I thought would sound good on it. Nigga fell asleep in the studio. I turned around, him and his homeboys was all passed out. Dead asleep.
I remember that. He told me that.
Asleep.
I seen that shit. I seen that story.
Nigga, T-Pain said the next day, nigga, we said we were supposed to be there for a whole week in the studio. That was the third day, fourth day, he didn't show up. Fifth day, he didn't show up. By the sixth day, I just assumed he didn't want to make music with me. And so I feel like this is like the same kind of situation. Like, I feel like niggas might have a respect for you to the point they don't want to say like, "Yo, nigga, I ain't," you know what I mean? But they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm just not gonna show up." You know what I mean? So
that's crazy.
That's got to be what happened with this J. Cole situation. But definitely, I don't know, everybody that's a NBA Youngboy fan out there. Not NBA Youngboy fan, I'm sorry. Everyone that's a J. Cole fan out there, I think your boy's slipping. I thought, you know what I'm saying? I don't think definitely he got that same heat before.
And that's what I was gonna say. He moving like he burnt out, like he can't come up with no ideas. So he's like, let me get around these niggas and see what they coming up with, and then go back in the vault, which is like, it's cool. But the fact that you literally going to everybody in the industry, like now you linking up with NBA Youngboy, why? Because he YouTube lit.
So yeah, man, and that's the thing.
See what he doing, like.
And I'm actually really curious to know like what NBA Youngboy J. Cole song would have sounded like. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe
I can't listen to NBA Youngboy. Me personally, I cannot listen to NBA Youngboy. The only song I
fuck with some of his songs. I'm
about to say the only song I fuck with that he's on is the one that him and Future made on Future's recent album. But like, yeah. Other than that, bro, I don't listen to NBA Youngboy like that. But I know homie be doing his numbers respectively. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. At this point, my niggas, like, all these niggas is like, it's perspective on like how. Which ones you want to listen to. I feel like they all basically in the same boat, because I don't think this nigga raps nothing different than niggas like Gunna and Young Thug does. That's why they be making music together and shit. But it's just like, he clearly has a very aggressive, demonic, I would say, almost way of making music. Yeah, so
I don't see, I don't see how, like, what kind of record they were gonna be on.
Yeah, that's what I'm like trying to steady think like, and maybe he thought that. Maybe in his head he's like, nigga, this shit ain't gonna sound good. So that's why he just like said, fuck it.
I would love to like further understand that situation with J. Cole. I would love J. Cole to like speak about it more. You know what I mean?
I'm sure he will.
Scheming. He could be
I'm
scheming.
pretty sure in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
There's
sure.
Got to be
then,
something.
you know,
There got to be something else behind it. JCole is how old is JCole? Like 30 what? 34 now?
Is he 30 yet? Maybe like 30 something. 30.
This man, he got more sense to sit there 8 hours for NBA Youngboy. There got to be.
Like I said, my
some kind
nigga,
of
if you not
background
hot
story.
no more, maybe that song could have. You know how much, bro. You know how you gotta think these niggas. It's not just them. They got PRs behind them. They got people. They reps. They agents, managers. You know how much of them niggas was probably telling like, yo, you gotta get this song. NBA Youngboy is the #1 YouTube artist right now. He has some of the highest streams on iTunes and Tidal and Spotify. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure whoever's behind JCole was like, yo, we need this feature, blah, blah, you know? Man, he probably in the studio
I would have been like, yo, y'all go look at what's his name? Bad Bunny? Y'all go look at his numbers, man. Let me go get a track with Bad Bunny. Let me go international real quick.
He was smart. He do a track with Bad Bunny or some shit like that. That would be kind of fire.
You feel me? But
that'd be kind of fire. Yeah.
That's the next move. But I feel like you know what? I feel like it'd be looking kind of gimmicky when these niggas do the whole break into the reggaeton Spanish rapping shit. So I feel like maybe he don't want to do it.
But I could see JCole making it work if he's behind the production, just like how he did that. Can't get enough. How it had that island vibe. Like he could do it, bro. I feel like he has the resume to push a song that's like similar to that vibe. You know what I'm saying? But just obviously to branch out more.
That's facts.
I feel like that's the way to go when it comes to I feel like that's the way to go when it comes to you know what I'm saying, these rappers and people in hip hop getting a little older, because bro, you're not gonna compete with the evilness that the youngins are bringing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to talk that evil shit,
these niggas willing to talk about anything, say anything, show anything.
You're not gonna be able to compete because these dudes,
we ain't coming with that.
They have a competition with evilness.
Yeah. So definitely I'm gonna like track that and see what's going on, because I, like DJ said, I feel like there possibly could be more to that situation, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if JCole was just desperate for a track and he was just like, man, shit, I wish this nigga showed up. You know what I mean? So, so moving on. Last topic before we close it out, we gonna talk about. So earlier today, I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were kind of talking about the responsibility, or I guess lack thereof, the responsibility as celebrities, but whether you're an actor, you're a rapper, whatever you do, a musician, you know, responsibility that they have, and it's their extent as far as what they can do, as far as like social justice, police reform, and all that shit like that, right? So my question to y'all is like, what do y'all think that we should hold these people responsible for this in any kind of way? Like, do you think it's their responsibility if they have a platform to bring these things up? Like, for example, LeBron James recently was critiqued by another sports player, some like soccer player nigga, who basically was saying LeBron James should just shut up and not talk about politics and stuff like that. And they, you know, and so while I do think that celebrities, it is their prerogative, like they should talk about these things, sometimes I don't think they take it far enough. I don't think they take it as far as they could, or I don't think they do the things that would actually help the situation. So Clay, let me ask you first. What do you think? How do you think, as far as, you know, rappers, musicians, actors, people that are using their money and their influence, do you think they're doing enough, or do you think more needs to go down?
I honestly feel like more could be done. Like, but there's so much that goes into it with these celebrities, these athletes, and, you know, these iconic figures, because I know for a fact the one thing that they think about is their image, which I totally get, because their images will pay their bills. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. But my thing is, especially, I can't even really talk so much when it comes to the people up and coming and still grinding, but for the ones that are solidified and will be good no matter what, I feel like if you have an opinion where you agree that something needs to be done, then you should say something. We ain't asking for no donation, but show some type of, you know, initiative or some type of, you know, put forth towards it. So this way, you know what I'm saying, at least we're moving in the right direction, because I feel like with us being middle class working people, you know, upper middle class working people, you know, our voice only goes so far. If the people who making the most money and putting the most money into the economy ain't saying shit, ain't shit gonna get done. So I feel like something does need to be done, while at the same time I understand why, you know, they might be pump faking it, you know, to even say that they agree that, you know, shit's not right and shit could be better, you know.
Yeah, and like for instance, something that was brought up was when I was having this conversation. The person brought up who coincidentally JCole. They were saying like how he recently spent whatever type of money to build some type of facility or start programs in the school. And in my opinion, and EJ, I want you to pick up on this point after I But my thing is like, okay, there's only so much after school programs and starting little facilities and stuff in your neighborhood could do as far as what, because let's be clear, right? All of us know somebody who has chosen a life of crime, right? All of us know somebody who's a dope boy or somebody who you know, however they get it, they don't live a legal life. Most of them people in that situation, nothing was going to stop them from being in that situation. Not no after school program, not no school, not no book, not no PSA on the television, right? When police pull us over and before they shoot us and kill us, do whatever they do, they don't ask us, hey, nigga, did you go to an after school program when you was a kid? So in my opinion, right, that shit should not be the end all be all or the extent of what we expect out of these people that are celebrities or that have millions. Some of these very people know and have connections and sit down and eat dinner sometimes with these celebrities, these people in the government, these very people that are oppressing us in the way that they oppress us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll have actors be on CNN and rappers be on the CNN telling CNN reporters that they represent us, or that they live life like we do, and that, you know, they understand, but they don't. Let's face it. Denzel Washington gets pulled over in a car 9 times out of 10. The police officer gonna be like, "What's up, Denzel?" Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So in my opinion, if that's your level of life that you on, you have a bigger responsibility than to just drop in money. Or like I heard one time Jay-Z went to Africa and gave all the kids iPods or some shit. Like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do with this shit after you leave, nigga? Like look.
How am I gonna charge this shit?
I'm gonna charge this shit and put more music on it. Like what?
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel like so I don't feel like it should be on them for something to, you know, right, be done. But if they are doing something, I feel like they really need to do something. You know what I mean? Not like you said, come and drop some iPods off and think you're Jesus Christ or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, actually do something. Kanye gave them white Yeezys.
Yeah, like shit like that. Yeezys. Like,
yeah, like, you know what
cool,
I'm saying?
Thanks, man. But
I think some real stuff. If
I need water, nigga.
If something,
water, nigga.
If they're gonna do something real. Like bring people together. You know what I'm saying? Help the communities. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, and I believe it's a lot up to the communities as well. You know what I mean? I don't think it should just be
to voice
on,
what they need.
Yeah. I don't think it should just be on celebrities. Like LeBron, I feel like LeBron does do a lot. You know what I mean? He opened the school. He's actively doing things. So I feel like, but other people, if they don't feel like doing nothing and they just want to be great at their craft and not do nothing, then hey, so be it. That's not what you were put here to do. But if you're gonna do something, I feel like you should like really go out and do a lot of things and be out there and really use your voice to make something great happen.
That's a fact. And really quick before I let you go, Jay, I just want to take this moment, since we're on the topic, to really appreciate the work of Maya Moore, who has not played in the WNBA in the last 2 to 3 years because she is a social advocate and fighting for the social injustice going on. So a lot of love and respect to Maya Moore, and people need to look into the things she's doing, bro. She ain't even been balling.
And I'm so glad that you brought that up, because that is a perfect segue into what I was about to say. Because in this very conversation I had with this person, I brought up people like her and people like Colin Kaepernick, because what I was going to say is, right, while what you do might not bring an actual change to something, or it might not, you know, it might not do nothing. Even using your platform to bring mass attention to something is important. And one of the things, like how you said, we should really congratulate people like her and look up to them and look at what they're doing, because most people right now with a platform or money or fame, what they're really afraid to risk is their money and their position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Colin Kaepernick basically gave up his job, bro. His job to bring attention of something like, yo, why are we singing this racist ass song for this country they don't give a shit about us? You get what I'm saying? Why are we forced to stand up and do it? Why shouldn't it be an option? You get what I'm saying? The man lost his job for that. He was a good player, lost his job. You got people, like I said, there's NBA players, there's actors, there's rappers. Could you imagine how powerful it would be if the entire NBA said, we are not stepping another foot on a fucking basketball court until a year goes by without cops killing an unarmed black man? Do you know how powerful that would be?
It would be extremely powerful. You're right.
If the owners of themselves of the NBA have to go take cops and be like, yo, stop killing these niggas, please. You know what I'm saying? It would get done.
Yeah.
You know? If rappers and musicians were like, yo, we ain't going to another Grammys, we ain't participating in none of this shit, we ain't doing another football, Super Bowl halftime, we ain't doing none of that shit until a year goes by where this bullshit ain't going on. But no one's doing that.
Yeah.
Most of them do not are afraid to take that L and sit down and say, look, I'm not doing it. I don't care about my contracts. Find me, take my money. Right? Most of them is not doing it. And those are the things that will bring real awareness and the things that will really make people that respect your craft and what you do and be like, yo, this shit might really need to change. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't want to do it. It's crazy.
The way I put it with stuff like that is, I mean, I'm all for, you know what I'm saying, like fix that, but with you know what I'm saying, the African American community, black community, I feel like we need to fix our community first too as well. You know what I mean? Like that definitely 100% needs to be fixed, but the African American community definitely needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? The mindset, the culture, and all that. So like there needs to be somebody that's out there that's willing to go all out and fix that. You know what I'm saying? Fix us, fix what we do, our culture.
Okay, and real quick, in your opinion, or you know, just freebasing it, what do you think? What are small steps even that could be taken to accomplish that, as far as like fixing the community within?
That's a huge question. That's a really good question that I probably don't have the answer to. But what I would think, small steps. That's tough. Like, because I believe, you know what I'm saying, I had a conversation with somebody earlier saying that African Americans and Black Americans, they're you know what I'm saying, it's just a little theory that I have that we are gonna go eventually extinct. Reason being is because our culture, and you know what I'm saying, first of all, we kill each other. Everybody knows that rap music promotes violence, killing each other. Rap music's primarily black. Our culture, when it comes to eating, the foods that we eat, we're the ones who have a high rate of getting diabetes, high cholesterol, and things of that sort. You don't see other cultures and you know what I'm saying, going off like that when it comes to food and just things like that. The mindset of the black culture and Black American culture, I feel like the mindset really needs to be molded and changed in some way. I don't know how, but I feel like it just needs to be changed. Something needs, you know what I'm saying, needs to give on that.
Oh, that's a big fact.
When I say that it's possibility of, you know what I'm saying, the Black American culture to go extinct is because if we're eating ourselves to death, if we're killing each other, if we're doing all these crazy things and you know what I'm saying, hurting each other and things like that, shit, 2,000 years down the line, there ain't gonna be no more Black American.
All right. I mean, I'm not gonna say that we're obviously you know, like one of our biggest enemies to ourselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we're really, like I said, we kill each other. We obviously don't exactly eat healthy.
And it's culture. Like man, I just picked up a week. First of all, when I say culture, when we were younger, we used to vibe to 50 Cent heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we used and what did 50 Cent rap about? Killing the nigga who messed with him. You know what I mean? So if a kid who doesn't have much guidance could listen to that, and that's their guidance right there. You know what I mean? That's their guidance. So that's their mindset that they can grow up with. Anybody who mess with, I'm gonna kill them. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel like, and I think I've said it before on here, but like I feel like there was a difference. Like when it was like 50 Cent, Biggie, Tupac, them niggas was more so rapping in a way of like trying to portray to you this picture of a real lifestyle that they experienced or that actually happens.
Yeah.
When niggas today like Lil Uzi and Cardi and look, I feel like they more so do like bragging, like, yeah, like I just killed a nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, it's worse now. The thing is, it got worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's gonna get even, bro. The rappers before everybody, they were like, yo, Biggie and Tupac. Don't let this Biggie and Tupac situation happen again. You know what I mean? When an artist starts beefing, they be like, yo, remember what happened to Biggie and Tupac? Calm it down. Now,
yeah, but it ain't never gonna come to that.
Nah, but now there's a rapper dying every day.
Nah, but I know exactly what Don talking about because I remember.
But these niggas ain't. But rappers ain't killing rappers. It be the niggas. These niggas will go find some little gang or some shit to go piss off or go mix with and get busy, and then they get caught slipping. When's the last time a rapper shot a rapper? I mean, Quando Rondo, which wasn't even Quando Rondo who shot King Von. It wasn't his homeboy, the shooter.
But remember, I mean, the reason they were saying, they were just bringing that up, but it wasn't Biggie or Tupac that killed each other. You know what I mean? It's the lifestyle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But you could at least say which I know no one has proof of this. Yeah. But people basically say the beef is what led to. But because once Pac died, niggas assumed it must have been this nigga Biggie that orchestrated it, right? Yeah. And then so that eventually, because I don't care what people say, I feel like Biggie. I don't think Pac's death had anything to do with Biggie, but I think Biggie's death has some shit to do with Pac. If that makes
type
sense.
Type shit.
Right. And I don't think any rap beefs these days, even if the nigga dies, it ain't as a result of beef he was with somebody. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? These niggas be dying for like the dumbest of reasons. Where you're like, what the fuck? Like, look at Juice WRLD.
Did you hear what this nigga Suge said? Allegedly, why apparently their car got shot up and why Tupac died in Vegas that night. Said apparently like the shooter was someone of like his baby mama or girlfriend or whatever that was looking.
Yeah, I've heard that story.
And they just so happened to shoot at them and kill Pac instead. Like,
right,
like, bro, if that's the real story, that shit piss everybody.
That's some bullshit. It's like, bro, it's fucked up. Especially if niggas obviously didn't think that. They thought like, oh, it must have been Big and them niggas that did this, and then they went and Big went to Cali and got killed. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
but like I said, we you know what I'm saying, a lot of Black Americans, especially rap culture, hip hop culture, but African Americans, they turn a lot of them are turned into crash dummies. You know what I'm saying? And I watched this dang KKK video. That shit got me when I was dying laughing. The guy was like, "We don't need to lynch the black people no more. They're just gonna go and put some guns,
themselves.
Go put some guns, liquor in the neighborhood. They gonna do it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Guns, liquor, and some bad food. They gonna do it to themselves."
And the crazy part about that is how motherfuckers want to promote black love, and if they see a black dude not dating a black girl, they want to, you're supposed to be multiplying the culture. Nigga, like,
let's talk about how half these black girls ain't even trying to date black niggas. They be out here trying to break their necks to these Spanish looking niggas and these white looking niggas. We'll get into all of that.
We're gonna get into all of that.
I don't niggas want to hear about that.
That furthers my theory that, you know what I'm saying, the Black American culture and Black Americans will go extinct eventually. It's going to be mixed and other cultures.
That's a fact.
It's a fact. It's
going to be black Latina and black white, black Blanca. Black Blanco.
Well,
Negro Blanco.
Well, I think that's all we got for today. That's all I got. I don't know if y'all got anything else. Before I hand it off, I'm gonna say Monday's episode 20. That's the Women's Month, Women's Celebration episode. We're gonna have two ladies with us, two young women, discussing the topics that we have for next week. We got some real topics for Monday. So
we're gonna stay.
Anybody who's in the live stream now, make sure you in there Monday. Make sure you tell whoever be in there Monday, because y'all are gonna want to have a comment and an opinion on all these things that we speak about on Monday.
Fact. Are we gonna do any pop culture on Monday, or we're just gonna do straight?
We're gonna take care of that at the top of the hour. But I do got some questions that's probably gonna be the majority of the show that we're gonna talk to the girls about. I need some answers. From the ladies. I need some answers. I don't know what the fuck going on. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's get it.
So that'll be Monday's show, episode 20, Women's Day, Women's Episode, Women's Month, whatever you want to call it. We're celebrating the ladies on that day. So pass it off to Don. Got anything?
I ain't got nothing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's the Big Don. Y'all follow the Instagram right up top. Follow PopUpTv Podcast, and y'all keep showing the support. I appreciate everybody that came through and watched the live, and I appreciate everybody just watching the video itself.
Of course, Clay.
Yeah, man, same. I'm definitely burnt out. Had a good relaxing day, and it was perfect to end it off with the gang. And definitely appreciate everybody pulling up, just as Don said. And Definitely catch us on Monday. And yeah, much love.
All right. Monday. Peace, y'all. Pop up. It's out.